Hey guys, welcome back to the Breakup Diet. Today we are joined by Sabrina Vittoria. You may have seen her on Love is Blind. You now probably see her living her best life, like staying in Monaco, Amsterdam, where to next? But we are so lucky to have been able to grab a hold of your time. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
What's been going on?
It's kind of been a bit of a whirlwind. This is quite crazy because tonight I'm going to the press night for season 2 of Love is Blind. And it's so crazy because if I look back at the girl I was a year ago, I was going into that event and I was so riddled with anxiety. I had a panic attack middle of event and had to be taken out. And today I feel so happy, so confident, so much stronger, resilient. And I just feel like the last year, while it's had its challenges, so many blessings have happened as well. And I'm so grateful for my life and all of the opportunities and the traveling and work that I'm getting to do. And yeah, just feeling very grateful right now.
Let's switch it up. We've been holding back way too much. Welcome to the Breakup Diet.
I feel like sometimes you have to kind of go through bad things for the good things to show up.
I think
it sucks.
It sucks, and sometimes it's really hard to understand it when you're in it.
Yeah.
But I really believe that divine intervention is redirection. Everything happens for a reason.
And you got redirected to the best possible outcome.
Honestly.
How come you were scared for the edit?
It wasn't the edit. I had no issue with the edit. I think it was just because the experience was very traumatic for me. Obviously, I went on there to meet the love of my life and get married and things didn't work out as I had hoped. And then a year on, I was seeing the person I married for the first time. And then at the press event last year, they actually showed our wedding, which we didn't realize until we went into the event.
Oh.
And you have hundreds of people in that room. And then I realized that they weren't going to know, we were still under NDAs at this time. And at that moment, they weren't going to know what had happened. So I had this anxiety if everyone's going to come up to me after this event and congratulate me and it just spiraled, and it was just a lot in that moment to deal with.
Yeah, it would be so much. Well done for getting through it though. That would be so hard to deal with. And because you don't know until you're in the seat and you can't predict how you're going to feel.
No, and there was 5 or 6 days, I can't remember exactly, but there was a few days in between the wedding episodes and the reunion coming out. So all of those people in that room, everyone the next day when the show aired for 5-6 days, I was so aware everyone was going to be like, this is amazing. They worked, they got married.
I was really shocked as well at the reunion episode because I did not see that coming.
No, it was shocking for most. And I think, people came on the journey with us, so that they were hurt as well. And I can understand that. But for me, I was trying to process it because it's my real life. So I actually just took myself to the Amsterdam, the Dutch GP in between, just so I could be off my phone and be out of it, because I was like, I don't have the strength in this moment to deal with this right now. So it's crazy to then fast forward a year and
see
I'm really excited to be at the event tonight and see everyone, and I just feel like I'm in a very different place in my life.
What was the first thing you did after your last breakup that helped you with your healing?
Booked a solo trip. That's always going to be my go-to. So I went to LA for just over 3 weeks, and for me that was important because there was so much noise. So this actually happened before the show came out, because obviously we'd broken up. So I had the anticipatory anxiety of the show coming out and everyone's opinion of it. I had the anticipatory grief for the life that I had to mourn, because it's of what I had, and I couldn't talk about it. So I escaped to LA and I used it as a time to connect with myself, shut out all kind of outside noise from friends and family, and just spend time on my own and healing. And whether that was having fun in Universal Studios on my own or spending the day crying in bed in my hotel, I just kind of allowed myself to feel what I needed to feel and work through it in those few weeks.
How did you feel extra lonely? Because when you go through a breakup, if you're sat in a hotel room or something, for some people I feel like you would feel even more isolated.
I kind of sometimes shut down when I'm feeling really upset or highly emotional. So I kind of feel like I need that time to reconnect so I can process it, so that I am in a position to talk about it. My last bad breakup before the show, I also then went to LA and spent some time there on my own. And then I went solo traveling around Galapagos Islands and Hawaii and Ecuador and the rainforest. And for me, traveling heals my soul. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, I always feel called to LA when I've had a heartbreak.
That's where I'm going. My next heartbreak now. I'm like, okay.
And it's so beautiful. And like one of my really, really good friends, like close friends now, I met on that trip in LA randomly in a bar. Like we're so close. And like I wouldn't have met her if I hadn't have went and done that. I met some other great people on that trip, and there was no judgment because no one's saying to you, okay, you haven't left your hotel room in 2 days. Come on. Do you know, like I just did what I needed to do in that time.
That's so powerful to be able to just choose yourself, prioritize yourself and your healing as opposed to letting the outside noise come in.
Yeah. And I mean, who doesn't want to be in a gorgeous hotel and a stunning pool with nice food? Like that always helps.
LA as well.
Everyone's like fit looking as well.
The weather's nice.
And it was Oscar season, so it was
just people everywhere.
Hang on, let's stop this for a sec. Subscribe and follow the Breakup Diet. You don't want to miss another episode.
Are you someone that like, when you go through a breakup, do you like to like meet other people, or do you like to try to like, as in I'm talking more in a relationship kind of setting, or do you process and then how do you know it's time, like that you're ready?
That's a really great question. So I haven't actually dated anyone since the show and the breakdown of my marriage. But for me, I think I'm really about healing, and like I'm a big advocate for therapy. And I think that's been something that's been really, really helpful and important in my life at different stages of my life, not just in breakups. But for me, I think I know when I'm ready is when I'm happy, because it's not someone else's job to make you happy. Like you have to do that on your own. And if you put that pressure on someone else, the relationship's not going to succeed. And I also think when I'm at a position where I'm not looking for someone to fill a void, like I want someone who's going to come into my life. Like I can't think of anything worse in the world than someone being like, you're my whole world. Like I don't want that. Like that terrifies me. I want to be part of your world. I don't want to be all of it.
You want to complement each other. You want to be a partnership, not a whole, I don't want a father figure / a boyfriend all in one, if that makes sense.
Exactly. You should add value to each other's life.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're at that point where you're not trying to fill a void, when you're so happy on your own, you're confident, your life is what you want it to be, then I feel like you're in a position to let someone else in.
I love that, because I feel like that's the stage where I'm on. So I've done all the therapy, the healing. I've found the happiness and the home within me, if that makes sense.
Beautiful.
But I'm still not ready to introduce someone into my life yet. Do you feel that?
Yeah, it's a catch-22, right?
Is it like a self-sabotage thing?
I mean, I feel like I am at the point now where I could date again, but I think I'm worried about dating again because of people's intentions and stuff post-show.
I feel like with someone like you have to be so careful.
Especially going on like a reality TV show and like being in the public eye. There's like, there's so many people that are just like clout chasers, basically.
And it is difficult, but I feel like I get you want to protect your peace, but it's high risk, high reward, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's understanding boundaries and setting those boundaries in place so that if you are dating, like, you know what you're comfortable with and when you're willing, like how much you're willing to give to someone, because it's scary. It is scary, especially when you are so happy.
And like you work so hard to achieve the happiness and the confidence, because it's like, it's a job that you've done from the ground up. Like other people can only help you so much, if that makes sense. Like I love my therapist and everything, but at the end of the day, like I had to practice what she preached.
Of course. Yeah. You have to put in the work.
Yeah. Is it also kind of hard when you're single for like a while?
It's really hard to break routine, and I love my own space.
Right?
I love my own space. And because I travel so much, like I love when I come back that I'm like in my space, in my apartment.
Like
I have
an empty, clean apartment.
Yeah.
Emphasize on clean.
Just how you want it.
Yeah.
Do you not find that when you've put in all of that work and, as you said, you've taken those steps, do you not find you're a lot less tolerant of how people have treated you in the past?
My standards have only gotten higher as I've gotten older. Like I had the theory that, like if I'm going to be older, I'm going to just be a bit more easier because I'm old now. Like I'm in my 30s. But no, now I'm like, I cannot repeat the same patterns ever. It's such a failure and a disservice to myself.
I know, but it's hard. Sometimes we can find ourselves, you know, it's
easier said than done.
It is,
sure.
especially because when you think about dating, people are putting forward their best version of themselves. We always do that. So you could meet someone and get on really, really well, and then you're not going to know
their
really their intentions until down the line.
Yeah.
So it can happen by accident without even realizing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's a case of not being too hard on yourself either.
Exactly. I think that's the thing where you have to let go of control. You can't control other people's actions, unfortunately.
Which is really hard. And I think one of the biggest lessons I learned was trust your intuition. If your intuition is telling you something, get out of that situation and ask questions later. Like listen first, act second, because there's a reason.
But would you say that even at the very start? For example, I'm thinking about it for myself. I don't know if anybody else would feel like this. But say you had a bad relationship before. How do you know that it's your intuition and it's not a trigger from past trauma from a relationship?
Well, I think that's where therapy really helps. I mean, if understanding your triggers, understanding what it is that could upset you in that moment, or is it actually the person, is it the situation, or is it something that's happened to you in the past? And I think it's really important to not punish someone for someone else's mistakes.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to have that clean slate with someone and give them the benefit of the doubt. Like it's hard, like dating is difficult. That's why I did the show. It's really, I was in a relationship for 10 years.
What?
Yeah. And we met when we were young, we grew up together and we just grew apart. Like he's an amazing guy, he just was not my guy. And like I came out into this world of apps that hadn't existed, and I just felt like people were dating with for attention as opposed to with intention. And the swipe culture, and
everyone seems very disposable, if that makes
Disposable is
sense.
a great term,
Like you're
yeah.
easily replaceable because they can find another version of you, maybe a better version of you on Instagram, on this app, that app.
Yeah, or like you're even on the app and you might be at the top one day, but then there's like 10 times other matches that have come in and you're down the bottom and they've forgotten you. You're like, bitch, put me back at the top. I'm
still here.
I need to be like, pin.
Yeah.
Pin me up the top.
And you got to pay for more for a better selection of people as well.
Do
Like,
you?
yeah,
They gatekeep.
they keep the hotties
leads.
if you don't pay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Premium subscriptions everywhere. I don't know.
truly.
So that just wasn't for me. So that's why I did the show, because I was like, I need a little bit of help. You've experienced this, like having to have that conversation about being divorced.
Oh my God.
That's not easy either.
That must be scary to bring up at the start, actually, no?
Well, when do you bring it up?
Mine's on my dating app bio.
Okay.
Just get it out of the way.
So I don't think I see it. I probably will have to do the apps, because realistically, how do you meet people these days? I feel like the art of conversation in
Dead.
dead.
They'll just stare at you from far. The men will stare at you from far, but they won't approach you.
Yeah, what I've noticed is that women are making the moves, really. Like, as in, it's either they're at the bar, you'll see like a guy staring at you, and then the girl almost has to like be basically
Bye.
Like, yeah.
And it's like,
Which, do you know what? I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but I want a man who's going to approach me.
same.
Like, I want a man who's going to want something from me that's really, really important, is someone who can be quite driven and direct and can take control and charge of a situation. I think because with work, I'm constantly having to be the boss, essentially. I don't want to have to think about where we're going on holiday. I don't want to have to like think about what we have to do next week. Like, I want someone who's going to be like, be ready at 8 p.m. We're going on a date. Like, is that so hard? Like, why is that so difficult?
Initiative. That's all we want.
Yeah,
Initiative.
like green flag.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just going to like literally just tell me a time, a place, and
I'll send you the details.
yeah.
Perfect.
But this generation, I feel like that's lost.
It
It's
is.
completely lost.
It is.
It's really sad.
That's why it's rare. It's so sad that it's rare, because I'm pretty sure 99% of females like would like that, that like a man that's like wants to do that and be like this and this and this,
We are simple creatures.
Truly.
Like,
Like,
just plan a date, guys. And that doesn't mean that I won't plan a date and I
Yeah.
won't do date nights and stuff. I feel like I'm quite, I love to do that anyway. Like, that's kind of probably one of my love languages.
that's the thing. What we want is stuff that we would do anyway.
Yeah.
So you went on the
Mhm.
show because you had a breakup before. Was there any part of you that was like worried with like putting your faith into like getting married and like the whole experiment that
It starts essentially being personality based.
yeah, and also yeah, what if you got through it like and you fell in love with the guy in the pod and then you see him and you're like, I know that sounds really shallow, but like I'm just not attracted to you.
And that happens. That does happen with some of the couples. Like, you don't see everyone who gets engaged. You don't see everyone's story, unfortunately.
Because Because that I could imagine that feeling would be, you would be so disappointed, which sounds really horrible, but you would. Like, imagine you've built up this whole fantasy, even like what you think of what he's going to look like. And then if you didn't like him, like that.
But that's the risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess that's, for me, that was why I wanted to do the show, because I didn't like how superficial dating apps were. And I found even myself being superficial. Like, I was going on and I was like, first thing I was checking was, okay, first photo's hot. How tall is he? I'm 5'1". I have no right to be going to check if the guy's over 6 foot. But that's what I was doing. Like, I'm like,
That's me too.
I'm like tall guys who need therapy is my type down to a T. And I was
Isn't it all?
literally going on and being like, okay, are you over 6 foot? No. Like, who, like, and that's why I feel like I don't want to get back onto apps, because I feel like it doesn't make me a nice person. Like, I feel like I don't like that I'm being superficial. So I actually really loved that was taken out of it, and I was having the opportunity to fall in love with someone's heart, mind and soul.
So obviously you said that after filming, after the whole process was over, you kind of went through a journey with your mental health. What was the one thing that you did was the biggest thing that helped with your self-improvement and confidence?
Practicing gratitude. Without a doubt, daily gratitude. Like, I cannot tell you how much that, like, changing my mindset completely changed my life, because I realized that I was in this spiral and I was like, everything's awful. Everything's so bad. This is going to be so bad. This is going to be on TV. This is breakup. I'm going to be judged. And I was spiraling. And then every day I started practicing gratitude, and I realized how much in my life I have to be grateful for. And it really taught me to decompartmentalize.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, you sound very similar to me, like with my mental health journey, the exact same thing as you.
Yeah.
Gratitude, decompartmentalizing.
And it really helps you keep things in perspective and be like, okay, hang on. Yes, this is shit. This is awful. This is not good. But look at all of these blessings in my life. Look at all of these wonderful things. Look at my friends, my family. I have a home. I have all these like simple things that not everyone has the opportunity to have in their life. And I'm so grateful for it. And I still practice daily gratitude every day. I love it.
What does that mean exactly? So
like, I do this one journal exercise to this day where I list down 5 good things that happened to me today, and like I like read back and I'm like, oh my gosh, my life is so special. Like, there's so many little gems in my life. Like, how could I ever let one moment of sadness dictate my entire day? It's like, it's not a hard thing to practice, but you get used to it, and then over time, this feeling just possesses you.
Yeah.
Like, you're grounded, you're grateful, and you're so calm that, like, nothing bad will impact you for longer than, like, half an hour.
Yeah, I honestly think it's one of the most important things that anyone can do. Like, I have different techniques that I do. Like, I would sometimes sit down and every morning write 10 things I'm grateful for, but I won't do that every morning. I do this thing called the magic wand. So, like, there's so many people, if you think about when you're going around your day to day, that are helping you through your day, but you don't actually necessarily talk to. So like a bus driver, when you're just in your head, you say thank you and sprinkle some magic dust on them to put out that gratitude. So there's all these little techniques that you can do, like even with like trying to condition yourself to not have negative thoughts. So if I have negative thoughts about a situation, a person, something that's going on, I do a squat. No matter where I am, I'll stop and I'll do a squat.
I love that.
Because
so you squat it out.
But it's because you don't want to look like an idiot doing a squat, but it suddenly stops you and you're like, you've had a negative thought, do this. And you're conditioning yourself to not have those negative thoughts and not think that way.
Because otherwise you're going to have
or do a press up or do whatever it is that like dropping, you know.
Imagine you're at the premiere later and you're just like, they just see you like doing a
squat at the red carpet.
Yeah, they're like, they know what she's doing.
But it's amazing how quickly that will like reframe your mindset.
No, that's the thing.
Like adding, just attaching something.
There's that saying, like, depression can't hit a moving target. Keep your body moving. That's why when you move your body, you feel better because there's endorphins and everything, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. We're so like on the same page about this stuff. I love it. When they're going through a post-breakup slump, how do they go from crying 24/7 to romanticizing their lives again?
I really do think it comes back to gratitude, and it's remembering that not every day is a good day, but there is good in every day.
Oh.
And it's looking for the magic. It's looking for those little glimmers. And starting small, like do your hair and makeup, even if you're just going to go and get a coffee, like go touch grass, literally go outside and touch grass, be in the sun, go for a walk, just start to do little things every day and take count of those little moments that bring you joy. Gradually, again, your mindset will just change. And
it's all about just training and like practicing those habits every day for it to eventually just become your own.
It's actually crazy when you think about like a breakup and how intensely you feel in those moments, and then with time, with all these like techniques, how it slowly fades. And looking back, you're like, how, like, I get why I was sad, but how was I like that impacted by?
Yeah, and I think meditation, I know meditation is not for everyone, but I find that meditation is a really great way to help you slow down and like calm your nervous system and kind of ground yourself again. And I think that's really helpful as well, because sometimes, especially if anyone who suffers from anxiety, they'll know like that when your heart races and you start to stress, like just breath work and meditation.
3 deep breaths in one go, that is the best way to get yourself grounded again. That's my favorite exercise to do.
I like doing the 4-4-4.
Which one's that?
Where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4. And I just feel like that really kind of calms me.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do it. Do you want to have a little?
Give us a little demo. Yeah.
Okay, we're going.
No, I can't.
So you're in a really good spot right now with like your career and everything going on. You know, you're ready for love. What is something that like we can expect to see from you in your career, or, you know, taking forward into this year?
Yeah.
There's so much of my career that I don't talk about or share online. So I have my own marketing consultancy business, which I'm really proud of, and I'm continuing to grow. And I've just brought on a really amazing new team member who's helping with the business development side. And I want to actually possibly maybe do more work in London and stuff with that. I have a couple of fun projects that I'm working on that I can't wait to share with you all. I obviously can't get into at the minute. Do you know, it's so funny because I'm very type B girly in the sense that I don't really know what I'm doing like in 3 weeks' time. So I kind of just go with the flow, and I'm very lucky that I can just work kind of remotely from anywhere. But lots more travel, as much travel as I can, more F1 races.
Any solo trips?
Solo trips. Do you know what I'm actually looking at doing? Organising a little trip for the girlies that would normally solo travel, to try and bring them together. I love bringing women together, because one of the great things about solo traveling is the people that you meet along the way. So it's kind of takes out the middleman and brings everyone together. But I went to Antarctica in December.
What?
Yeah, it was my 7th continent. So I did a solo trip to Antarctica.
Where was like your mind at? Because I feel like if I was at such a, I don't know, isolated part of the world, I would just be like, oh my gosh, like in a very deep reflecting zone, if that makes sense.
Do you know what? You're so busy. We were doing 2 expeditions a day. You're on the go. You're either at sea, you're on land, you're hiking. Like I cannot. It was one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah.
And I met some of the most amazing people. But it was my last continent, and it was I've now done the middle of the world, like so 0 degree longitude, 0 degree latitude, equator, and I've done the South Pole. So I think I would love to do like a little solo trip to the North Pole and the Arctic Circle.
Oh my God, exciting.
Yeah, so I think that's next, maybe.
Shall we play a game of this or that, Sabrina Vittoria edition?
Yes, let's do it.
Post-breakup escape to a 5-star resort or a solo trip backpacking?
So this is, I would have to combine them because it would be solo, but I'm not back. I bought 2 suitcases to Antarctica. I'm not backpacking anywhere. Like I just do not have that in me. I love outfit planning. I like having my my choice, but so I think it's always going to be, I think post breakup for me, I love having that solo moment to like go and heal and kind of rediscover who I am outside of a relationship. So definitely that, but somewhere that's a bit bougie.
So the luxury resort.
A luxury resort on my own.
Okay, so moving on mood. Are we going to see you front row at London Fashion Week, or are we going to see you trackside at the GP?
GP. Like I literally, any Formula One fans will get that moment that you step on track and you hear the engines and like the vibrations and like it literally goes through your soul. Like it's the most, and this, I just don't think there's a better feeling in the world than being at a GP.
A revenge outfit. Power suit that screams CEO energy, or slinky dress that turns heads?
So I actually love a parsuit moment, but I do that a lot for work. So like if I'm meeting client stuff, I'm normally in a parsuit. So I feel like slinky dress.
Yeah, definitely. Post breakup, yeah, slinky dress. You're going to see how good and healthy I look.
Yeah.
The last one, the healing trip. Paris because it's romantic, and it doesn't have to be romantic because there's guys around. It could be romantic for yourself, or Monaco for the thrill.
So this is really difficult because they're two of my favorite cities. I think Paris in winter, Monaco in spring, summer.
I agree. So for a winter breakup,
Like
go to Paris.
autumn, winter, go to Paris. Like there's something really, really beautiful. Like I think Paris comes alive at night.
Yeah.
So like having that from early on in the evenings, that dusk, like going down the River Seine, drinking champagne while the sun's setting, like it's so beautiful. And then just everything lit up and I love it. But Monaco in the summer, like spring, summertime it's like you can't beat some sun and the beach. And
Absolutely. And I feel like everyone's just attractive in Monaco. It's nice to just be around hot people, even if you're not getting with them. Like, it's just,
They're all old. I lived there, so like I can say that. Like, and there are a lot of old men. I went to school there. Like, yeah, there's a lot of old men.
should it be like hot, like Instagram girls?
No. So for somebody struggling to go, like going through a breakup and like get to a space where, like yourself, like in a really good headspace, what's one piece of advice you might have heard from somebody else, or something that really stuck with you that helped you like get into the place that you are now?
there's not just one piece of advice. Like healing's not linear. Grief, like when we grieve anything, whether it's a breakup, a friendship, a death, like
There's so many phases to it.
so many phases. And I feel like it catches you off guard. Like when I went to LA, and I was obviously so excited for that trip, and I was really buzzing to just get away and blah, blah, blah. And then I was on the plane, and I was having some lovely red wine. I was watching Magic Mike, and I was just having a great time. And then just out of nowhere, like I'm literally watching Magic Mike. There's nothing emotional about that movie. And I just had this like overwhelming like moment of like grief, in the sense that I was like, because like I said before, like I feel like I'm drawn to LA when I have a bad breakup. So I was like, oh, I'm in the exact same position I was a few years ago. And that wasn't true. It wasn't, they're not comparable, but I felt like I was repeating, like history had almost repeated himself. And I literally had this full breakdown in the middle of the plane, like with my red wine, crying my eyes out, with Magic Mike on, like hysterically crying.
Oh, no.
And it's like moments like that when grief hit you, I feel like you have to allow yourself to feel.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the one bit, like allow yourself to feel whatever is in the moment. Healing is not linear. We all heal differently. What works for someone else is not going to work for you. So just allow yourself to feel, listen to your body and what you need in that moment. And if you're crying in public, it's fine.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. It's like better out than in.
No, exactly. It's better for the long-term development of you to just let it all out, as opposed to holding it in, delaying the progress anymore. If you could tell our listeners going through a heartbreak a 3-day breakup toolkit, what would it be?
Okay, so day 1, we're doing self-care. So we're having some lush bath bombs, we're scented candle, a Korean face mask, we're having a bath, we're having an iPod with He's Just Not That Into You on it, because we're not going to be delusional. We're going to keep ourselves grounded. And then like some nice PJs or a dressing gown, and we're just going to have a real like look after yourself moment. Day 2, you're getting the Akator series. Because it's the perfect distraction, and without giving anything away for anyone who hasn't read it, when you meet the Bat Boys, you're going to be so embarrassed that you were even crying over this man. And you're just going to be like, yeah, what was I ever thinking? Feel like some snacks, throw them in there, and we're just going to do like, we're going to read, we're going to escape, and we're going to be distracted. And then day 3, a really nice, like cute little gym set and a Pilates pass. Because Pilates for me was like so essential just for headspace. When you go to the gym, you can be on your phone. When you're on a reformer Pilates machine, you can you're not on your phone. So it's good for mental health like as well, like to just have that hour guaranteed away from your phone where you're concentrating. And then we're going to be the hot X, so Pilates is going to help with that too.
Didn't you always say you can't be sad if you have abs? So it's like
Exactly.
yeah, and it's like you can't be sad if you have abs. I was like,
I love that. Here, that's a good motto.
yeah.
Sabrina, thank you so much
Thank
for your time. I feel like there's so much that I can take away from this.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
You guys.